Hi, today is Wednesday. It is March 12th, 2014, and it is 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So we're right ahead of some economic releases that will come up. The first one that we have is at 1:30 a.m. and it comes from China, and we have industrial production. And the next set of economic releases are going to come from the U.S. and they're going to come in at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And these are core retail sales, and unemployment claims. So I wanted to take a look at the market, and let's take a look at the key levels for the major currency pairs that are right ahead of these economic releases. So far today, euro dollar had a beautiful rally to the upside, actually trading to a high of 1.3913 right here into this area. Support is at 1.3840. You can see a mild pullback right here. This is the open line from the Asian session, and mild pullback right here occurring, and this is the 1 hour chart right now. So we have a mild pullback that is occurring right now right below the 1.3900, and don't expect a lot of price action through the night session, through the Asian session, and I do expect a consolidation to go on until the release at about 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And unemployment claims is the one event that it's basically going to influence the euro dollar currency pair. So the forecast, the previous number for last unemployment claims for since the last release. So the last number released was 323,000, and the forecast is 334,000. So this is we're going to look at any deviation. So any deviation will be tradable in this case. So the game plan for tomorrow, we are currently long right now in the euro dollar trade, and on positive release, on positive numbers, and on positive interpretation, so on better news, good news, we will look for continuation play into the euro dollar for future targets into the 1.3925, 1.3950, 1.3980, and 1.4000. In worst case scenario, we will be looking to sell the dollar yen. So right now we're going to take a look at the dollar yen. So remember, just in case we're going to get some negative news that is going to influence, you could see the weakness that has been going out right now. The lines that are horizontal lines that I have right here represent a very sloppy range that the dollar yen has been trading for quite some time now. And you can see right here that it's starting to sell off, it's starting to enter this wide tradable void right here. So on worst news, we will look for a fill of this tradable void, and this will be a final target of 101 for this currency pair. So far you can see it right here. I'm going to switch to the hourly chart to have a better understanding of price action. We have a low of 102.50 and we have a high of 103, slightly above 103 right here, and we have a very tight consolidation that is going on right now at this level. So just remember, if we're going to maintain this level throughout the night, we will look to short on worst news. So this is what we're going to look for. On worst news, we're going to look to short under 102.50 with a protective stop above 102.84 for those of you that are day traders, for those of you that are looking for a trade with a strong bias, and for those of you that are trading these economic releases. So this can be also a play right here. Also on the case that we will get positive results, you could also look for a buy of the dollar right here. So you could take a look at the same range, and you could actually initiate a trade over 102.80 and have a protective stop below 102.50. All right, let's take a look at the pound dollar. The pound dollar has been consolidating as well. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart, and you can see right here is right into support level. And again, for a confirmation, for a definite confirmation that the pound will head higher, you will have to wait for 1.6650 with a protective stop below 1.6670. So again, this is going to be a very risky trade because first of all, we had a breach of support right here at 1.6 0.580. So it traded peekaboo new low below this area, and therefore it might contain some kind of weakness in the price action. So far no trade as of yet, but again, I will reevaluate the level over 1.6650 area. That can actually can take the currency pair higher into a previous target of 6700 and 6780. Also, let's take a quick look at the euro yen. And the euro yen, and it is strong. It had a beautiful pop into the previous day. You could see it from right here. I'm just gonna refresh the chart real quick. Okay, had a beautiful trajectory for higher, a beautiful pullback as well, and a healthy pullback at this level. And again, created a new high right here, 142, close to 143 level, and it does have room to continue higher into the 143.50. Again, it is bouncing around between support and resistance, and this is what pretty much it is expected to do in the overnight trading into the Asian session. So like I said, the catalyst for tomorrow is going to be the unemployment numbers that are going to come in at 8:30. Also, we're going to take a look at the Aussie dollar currency pair. You could see the big spike that it had. Let's move on right now. Okay, you can see the big spike. We captured some of the short below the 90-cent area, and we captured some beautiful profits. They didn't quite go to our last target of 8900, just came about 20 or 30 pips away from that. And you could see that it has bounced right now. We had some economic release that made the Australian dollar pop. So again, it is still ranging. I'm gonna go switch to the hourly chart. You could see that it just traded above the 90-cent area, challenging the 90.50 area, a spike higher into the 90.75, and now pulling back. So a lot of volatility stepping in here, a lot of selling going on right now. So now it is the time to take a look at price action and see if it is going to stabilize in this area, and it'll make continue with another leg higher into the next approximate area, which is going to be 0.9100. So that's the next target for the Aussie dollar. But so far, no trade in the Aussie dollar. And the last currency pair that we're going to take a look at is the New Zealand US dollar. And we did have economic release earlier today at about 5 or 6 p.m. and you can see the big bounce that it had today. It is actually one of the biggest bounces and actually one of the biggest moves that it had made in quite some time now. And you can see right here from the daily chart, it took out the daily chart right here, previous area, and that is from back in October 27, 2013 of 0.8542. Let's take a look at the weekly chart, and again, for a very large period of time, you can see the weekly chart is pretty much sideways, so not a lot going on right now. But today marked the day where we challenged this previous high right here and set the stage, set the void for a future target area into a 0.8672. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook. It's facebook.com/tradeoutloud, or you can also visit us online. It is tradeoutloud.com. I'll see you tomorrow.